Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Wanted to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video, and we'll talk soon.
Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Thank you for joining me here in the member zone. I am getting ready to make some pendants, and I need some pendants for some necklaces. So I figured I would use some of the leather beads. So I did make some leather beads. With the pieces of leather, I cut about 9 inches long. So it's about 9 inches long. It's about an inch and a half thick, and width length is about 9 inches. Width is about an inch and a half. And then it just depends on how much wire you want to use to wrap around the beads. That pretty much is on you. If you want to wrap enough wire around the beads so you can crinkle it and, or make little spirals or whatever you want to do. You want to add some beads. Of course, you got to add more wire. That part is just on you, how much wire you want to use. So I am going to use this bead first, this leather bead. The wire, I've cut about 13 inches of wire. About an inch of the wire, I've already kind of rolled that up so I can, have that part on the end. So when I use my wood bead, so I'm going to use a wood bead. I'm going to spring that on there first. And you can see why I need it to be big enough on the end, like so. And then I'm going to take the wood bead, and I'm going to put the biggest hole on the bottom, only because there's no way that it can come off beyond this wood piece. That's why I put a big piece right here. And then I put the bigger piece on the bigger hole on the bottom. And that literally sits against the wood. So we know that's not going to fall off. And then you got the smaller hole in the top. And then the smaller hole in the top, I wanted to do, I think I'm going to use this piece of just wire spacer. This is the 18 gauge aluminum wire. So I'm going to put that on here. Just want to make some really nice chunky pendants for some necklaces, because I'm working on a necklace series. And then I want to take this big bead because I really like it. So I'm going to use this big bead. I think this one is a 25 millimeter. So I'm going to bead this on here. See if that'll go through for me. And it did. And if you look at that, it looks very elegant. So this is what we want for a pendant. And then I'll use some, probably maybe some gold beads, maybe some of the wire wrap beads that I use. Not really sure yet. Once I get all the pendants made up, I'll decide, what type of beads I want to use. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the wire here. I'm going to fold it about right there. And the reason why I'm going to fold it, you'll see that in a minute. I'm going to take my pliers. And I want to make sure this part is closed real good, the best I can get it closed. You guys ever had a situation with somebody? It's a really good somebody that you're really, pretty cool with. And then you just kind of feel that, things are just not healthy between the two of you. Not in a bad way, or maybe you've had a misunderstanding about something, and you just kind of like the communication gets off out of alignment. And it's like it's going to take like a really good conversation between the two of you to really get back on track. Not that you're off track. It just seems like, like the enemy is always trying to destroy really good, solid relationships between people, be it sisterhood, brotherhood, friendship, anything like such. Any of those relationships, the enemy does not like them. Anytime there is cordialness, anytime there's respect, anytime there is peace, the enemy don't like those type of relationships, right? Especially when there are conversations and the relationship includes God, right? Conversations about God, acknowledgement about God, acknowledgement about the Holy Spirit and things. That's the enemy's job, is to, try to destroy that. So I'm feeling that way right now, a little bit with a friend of mine, and nothing happened. I know it's just a little understanding, probably on my part, right? But it's going to take some conversation, for us to talk it through, and then be okay with it, and then be back on track, with our friend, with our friendship. Really solid friendship for, a really long time and stuff. But sometimes things just, I think wires get crossed, and there's misunderstanding, especially like, I think, oh, let me say this real quick. I'm going to take the wire, I'm going to hold it with my pliers, and what I want to do is kind of create that rope effect right here, because I want to double it. But that's what I was saying. Sometimes things, especially by text, I think, conversation can get misunderstood, and then you have to have a conversation. And see, I'm stubborn. I'm real stubborn. If I feel like I don't like what was said, I ain't having no conversation with you. And what I like about my friend is always really good about breaking the silence, if I could say that. He's really good about doing that. So, and I was just like, we're gonna have to have a conversation, because I'm just not feeling this right now. So all I'm gonna do is wrap this all the way around, and then I'm gonna keep wrapping it. In fact, let me hold this with the pliers so I can just keep wrapping it, because I want it full down here at the bottom. And then I'm gonna just close the wire right here against. Yeah, but I don't like to be out of alignment with my friends. I like to keep things healthy. And anytime many of you probably have friends that are like that. You guys have real good conversation. Everything is just really good with you all. And then every once in a while, there's a misunderstanding that happens. And then you good friends. Anytime you or the other friend, break the silence, and y'all start having your little conversation, probably end up crying together. Oh, I misunderstood. And then he or she be, oh, I misunderstood too. And then before you know, you right back. Not that you weren't friends, but then you're right back in alignment, with that friendship. That's good stuff. But anyway, this is what it's going to look like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it, the wire, like this. And I'm going to just start twisting it around. Bend it up some, start twisting it around. And when you look at it, it looks very elegant. So I'm going to just keep twisting it around like this. I'm going to take the pliers, close against it, right there on it. And then you want to make sure to get it closed good. Just like that. And then before you know it, you have a very elegant pendant. And then this is one of the pendants I'm going to use for one of the necklaces. That's going to be in an upcoming video. So this is one. And then let's make another one. So I've already cut my wire. And then I'm going to use one of the leather beads without beads on it. And I'm going to find the biggest hole, which is right here. Actually, let's use one of these coconut as our base, our foundation. So let's try to get this in here like this. So then it looks something like this. And I think what I want to do is, you know what, let's take another, do I want to use it? Let's try another one, another coconut chip. So we got it looking like this. And then I'm going to take this little wire right here, put that on top there, because I want it to be like kind of elegant again. And then we got this looking like this, right? So this is going to be another pendant. And maybe I might use, Um, you know what? Let's use another one of these beads. Let's see what we got. We got some stuff over here we need to be using. Let's try another one of these. Well, it's not exactly like it, but let's put that. Yep, that's a good look. So I think we'll use this one. This one looks really good. And then we got our rounded piece at the bottom. Nice little base. We got our nice little leather bead. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our wire and we're going to fold it about midway. Bend it over. And then we're going to take our pliers. And we want to fold that, get that nice and flat. Nice and flat like that. Okay. And then we are going to take our pliers and we're going to hold it with our pliers. And then we're just going to lift that wire up, that long piece of wire right there, and just start wrapping it around. And then the closer you wrap it, the more ropey it'll look. So you do it like so. And that's what we want. And then hopefully you can see that. Wrap it around, keep wrapping it around. We're just going to wrap that loose wire around this long wire. I'm going to have to move that thing because it's just really making noise every time I move the table. So I just want to keep wrapping it around. Wrapping it around. And then when we get it at the bottom, we're going to wrap it close to the bead. And as we wrap it close to the bead, we're doing that because we want the bead to be snug. We want everything to be nice and snug. So now we're just going to take the end of that wire, close it on there real good, and then this is what we come out with. Right? Nice and roped. So then what we're going to do, we're going to pinch it like we always do, roll it over, and then we're just going to wrap it. And then you see, I want to bring it down just a little bit more. So like that. And that's one thing about wire. Wire is very generous. It's very friendly. So I'm just going to, now what we're going to do is close the end of that wire right there. Just close it down. And that wire. And then that's what you got. So now what do we have? We have two really nice pendants. Let me see something. We have two really nice pendants we're going to use. Right? And I like them because they look very elegant when you look at them. They look very elegant. I'm going to use probably some gold beads. I don't know. I got to see what I'm going to use. Shoot, even the turquoise will look good with these, right? But they look really nice. I really, really like these. And I got one more leather bead left. So what I will probably do is make one more of these. And then that'll give me three really nice pendants, right? So that's what we got. We got some good stuff. And thank you for being a part of the Jewelry by BDK community and for being a member here on the channel. I do hope you get some really good content that you feel is, worth your time and worth your money. And guess what? We'll talk.